And as the United States imposes new sanctions on Iran, Tehran is busy expanding its drone capabilities near its borders. You heard that right. According to Iranian news outlet Mehr News Agency, the Iranian army is expanding and equipping its drone bases across its border. According to the report, the commander of the Iranian Army Ground Forces announced the setting up of these drone bases. Hederi said that the ground force of Iran's army has been using modern as well as advanced weaponry with long-range precision strike and smart capabilities to counter any threat or conspiracy against Iran's territorial integrity and security of the country. The Iranian commander also said that the country's ground force has now entered the field of producing various UAV systems and micro drones. He said, and I'm quoting here, "With God's help, the Army Ground Force is now contributing to the Ministry of Defense in the development and production of drones, becoming an integral part of the country's armed forces thanks to our domestic production capabilities. We are currently manufacturing UAVs that meet the diverse operational needs of the ground force." The Iranian armed forces, comprising of the army and the IRGC, its elite unit. Here's why this is big. Iran seems to be touting its military capabilities as well as its readiness at a time when there are tensions with the US, to say the least, over its nuclear program. And they have only escalated, particularly following the reimposition of what's called a maximum pressure policy by the Trump administration. US President Donald Trump has threatened Iran with military action. Trump has demanded Tehran must do a nuclear deal with America or face bombing. And Tehran has denied building a nuclear weapon and has pushed back against Trump's demand for direct talks. Last evening, the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said that indirect talks with America were underway, but the Islamic Republic is skeptical about the talks with the US and has expressed deep suspicion over Washington's intentions. And officials from both the countries are expected to hold landmark talks this coming weekend, which are going to be held in Oman via mediators. But the risk of confrontation does remain, of course. Just last month, Iran showed off its vast underground missile city packed with ballistic weapons. In the video broadcast by the Iranian state media, its top military commander, Major General Mohammad Hossein Bagheri, is seen touring the fortified complex. The video also shows Iran's arsenal, including some of its most sophisticated missiles, such as the Khyber-Shekin, Sejil, and Pawade land attack cruise missiles. It was a message, of course, to the US and its allies. The US, for that matter, has also recently sent its B-2 bombers to its Pacific outpost in Diego Garcia, an air base that could be used for strikes in West Asia. In fact, the US Defense Secretary has also said that it was up to Iran to decide whether the recent US move was a message to Tehran. On Wednesday, Trump had suggested that Israel could lead a potential military strike against Iran if Tehran does not abandon its nuclear weapons program. But Iran has also doubled down on US pressure. Tehran has pushed back against Trump's warnings of military action, saying that it will not be cowed by threats. And now it plans to construct more drone bases across the country. Those specific locations have not yet been disclosed. Apart from advancing its drone capabilities, including surveillance and attack systems, Iran has also reportedly exported them to countries like Russia. And by now, we all know about Iran's Shahed drones used by Russian troops in the Ukraine war. In February, Iran also unveiled its first drone carrier warship, showing a significant expansion of its naval capabilities. According to reports, Iran has said it is committed to maintaining constant military readiness, as per the orders from its supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. And this is particularly in the face of repeated US threats of attack. Remember, efforts to settle the dispute over Iran's nuclear program, which Tehran maintains is purely for civilian use, have gone on for more than 20 years without resolution. In 2015, it was Trump who tore up the deal between Iran and 6 world powers, the US, Russia, China, France, Britain, Germany. Talks since then have stalled. But now, with West Asia on fire, the US president's warnings of military action have evidently jangled nerves across the region.